Hormones. So there's this pleasure and pain in these emotions and these people who are chemically superior socially. They've got 1,000 friends, they smile and laugh every day, they cheer and smoke wildly, drinking and loving all of their brothers and sisters. Pleasure and pain. Signals and feeling the brain and a whole lot of stuff they know and understand better than everyone else, seemingly. And what freaks me out has to do with the birth rate. These are the people restricting other folks who are walking around telling people to watch themselves and to keep track of their emotions better. And having fantasy worlds with 30-year younger women and 40-year-old older men. Online dating, laughing with some sweet little girl, and talking tough and strong to that big, huge man who stares and stares and smokes and never blinks. These aren't free-flowing, signal-thinking, thoughtful human decisions. Their behavior, their gesture, their language, and flat-out sexual desire and flat-out bullies. A stimulus can help the brain think better. A stimulus can be a reward after spending night after day after morning after every single week learning about the brain, mind, and body. And the philosophy of time. And the attention and consciousness. And somehow people are able to disregard all of these minutes, all of these hours, and all of these hard and difficult moments with a look of their face, a stare in their eyes, a sweetness in their voice and their talk. Stimulus also has to do with hormones. Me, a man, sees a woman who's attractive. When I was younger, I'd start talking, we'd interact, and if we got along, we'd go on a date. Or, I'd flirt, she'd flirt, or every so often a girl would flirt, and I'd flirt back. And the roles would be reversed and contained within those two people interacting. Within the system the people who decide on chemicals and selves and emotions and restrictions and behavior and gestures and language. There's no longer two people involved in a hormonal interaction being stimulated by one another. People are ending up together, the 30-year-old younger woman and the old man, because they both love to be happy and excited. And they met through their friends down the hall, and they got to know each other from downstairs where they smoke, and they smoked their weed, and then they fell in love with their friends close by, cheering them on. And they are the people in charge socially, and a lot of times economically. Rich people who can go to the internet and just pick a man, pick a woman, someone pretty, someone stupid that they see with their eyes on the screen, watching and looking to meet someone, to have the kind of interaction traditionally face to face between two people. And what all of this really gets down to has to do with the chemicals, the pleasure and the pain. People get excited by pain. People get thrilled by pleasure. People get disgusted by pain, and people ignore pleasure. They're all options and choices. They're all natural reactions, and they're all sought after by men, by transgender, neutral, transsexual, queer, surgically different women. And any other gender in the future possibly constructed. For the sake of my brain and mind and time, and the lack of a cure for cancer, men and women have hormones. They get a stimulus from food. It feeds the body, feeds the brain, gives a person pleasure, gives a person pain if they break their tooth eating something that's too hard, like a bone. And they have human anatomy to make a baby, to have a child, or to just have fun with pleasure and maybe pain if they're into some sort of strange fetish like dominatrix stuff or foot love. And these stimulus, these chemicals help people know when there's a good match, and when there's a friend, and when there's an acquaintance, and then when there's love. And maybe an enemy, someone who's abusive, someone who's vicious and nasty. And these are difficult as they are in life. For me, maybe for other people. And the disruption of the birth rate in these chemically, socially powerful, elite geniuses has to do with the misdirection, the confusion, the sounds, the noises, the sheer freaking strangeness and bizarre, funky consciousness. With so much nothing. And so little actual activity with the hormones, other than language, face, body, and their super intelligent minds. The hormones for meeting one another, for having a family, for getting married, for having a girlfriend, for having a boyfriend, for having a partner. Are being repurposed to keep exciting and stimulating the brain and the body with the safety and the security. Nobody has sex. Nobody has to go spend money on a condom or birth control. They just gotta laugh, have fun, and say hello. Every single time they see somebody else, they want to love. In other words, these decisions and choices and options are eliminating any need for spontaneity. It's taking away the work to benefit the feeling, the joy, and the emotional exuberance of what they're doing with each other. And not what they're doing to each other. Going around instead of going in and out. Going around and up and to the sides rather than going in and out. The end.